With more breaking news, Alejandro Fernandez is to talk about Battle of North Africa.
The Battle of North Africa for the colonial interest and campaign series of military contests for control of North Africa during World War II. This was known as the Desert War, started in 1940. It lasted more than 2 years because the battle kept on going between northeast Libya and northwest Egypt. The terrain along the coast allowed tanks and aircraft to fight very well in the war. A quick success was always won by the side that first was able to build up air and armored support, but for a long time neither side could do this, resulting in no victories. General Desert Fox and Mussolini led Italy's entrance into World War II in June 10, 1940, made North Africa a desirable piece of land in which they could control the Suez Canal and the Mediterranean Sea. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, in the Pacific Theater, in the Philippines. Back to you, Franny.
The invasion involved more than 100,000 men and over 600 ships, placing it among the largest invasions in history.
Alejandro Fernandez. But we have another topic to talk about, the Philippines of 1942. In preparation for war, on July 26, 1941, General Douglas brought the 12,000-strong Philippine scouts under his command, with 16,000 American soldiers stationed in the Philippines. Even these combined forces were poorly trained and equipped for the adequate defense of the island against a Japanese invasion. Japanese troops landed at the Langang Gulf on December 22, 1941, and advanced across central Luzon towards Manila. On the advice of President Quinson, General MacArthur declared Manila an open city on December 25, 1941, and removed the Commonwealth government to Corregidor. Japanese occupied Manila on January 2, 1942. General MacArthur discharged his promise to return to the Philippines on October 20, 1944. The landing of the island of Leyte were accomplished massively with an amphibious force of 700 vessels and 174,000 Army and Navy servicemen. Throughout December 1944, the islands of Leyte and Mindoro were clear of Japanese. The liberation of the Philippines was costly. In the Philippines alone, the Americans lost 60,628 men, and the Japanese an estimate of 30,000. Filipino casualties are estimated at over 1 million, and sadly these occurred mainly in the last months of the war, when the final outcome had long been decided in any event. Now, to Ricardo Leon.
Thank you, Franny. Now, to the Marshall Plan, created in July 1947, also known as the European Recovery Program, created at the Paris Economic Conference for a better economic recovery in many European countries after World War II. The Marshall Plan took form when U.S. Secretary of State George C. Marshall urged that European countries to decide on their economic needs so that material and financial aid from the United States could be integrated. In 1948, President Truman signed the act establishing the Economic Cooperation Administration, or the ECA, to administer the program. The ECA was created to promote European production, boost European currency, and to facilitate international trade. Over $12 billion was dispersed under the Marshall Plan. Thanks to the foreign aid program of the United States greatly contributed to the economic recovery of Europe.
Thank you for tuning in. This is Franny Abrego with World War II News.
You know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah.
And back with important news. better topic. The Philippines of 1942.
Brandon. Now, to the Marshall Plan. Created
Black and yellow,